On Monday night, there was a violent face-off between Indian Army and Chinese Army near Galwan Valley, Jammu Kashmir, and around 20 Indian soldiers, including a colonel level officer, got killed in that incident. After 1967, this was the incident where the soldiers died in the incident between India and China skirmish near the border. What is the issue actually? What has happened? You all know that India and China border issue is not erupted in the recent past. It is there from last 60 years. In fact, in the year 1962, China unilaterally attacked India. We term it as Chinese aggression on India. Violating the principles of Panchashil, which we have signed in 1954, China unilaterally attacked India in 1962. In the aftermath, there are many instances where Indian Army and Chinese Army near line of actual control had some face-offs, but these type of incidents where in both the sides the soldiers got killed happened almost after 1967. It is only in 2020. In 1967, in Sikkim, in the Nathula Pass area, violence erupted between Indian soldiers and Chinese soldiers, and Chinese soldiers, Indian soldiers both died in the violence in 1967. In 1967, 300 Chinese soldiers and over 200 Indian soldiers died. Violent face-off between India and China near Nathula Pass in Sikkim, and now it is Galwan Valley. There are thousands of incidents regularly between India and China, and in between 1967 to 2020, there were many instances between Indian Army and Chinese Army in the border areas, but this is the first time after almost 6 decades, again both the sides have received some casualties. The news was confirmed by US also that around 30 Chinese soldiers also got injured or killed in the incident. We don't have confirmed news from China, but China also received a damage on the Monday's face-off. And you all know one man from Telangana have become a martyr, Colonel Santosh Babu, and he tried to protect the sovereignty integrity of India and have breathed his last in the Galwan Valley. And UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres was very much concerned about the deaths in the either side, and America, particularly Donald Trump, is also carefully watching the entire episode. Why China is doing all these things? Why China is actually interfering in Indian territory? According to Chinese media, China expressed the view that it is India which have perpetrated and entered into or trespassed into Chinese Valley, Galwan Valley. So according to China, it is their place, it is their territory, and to guard their territory they have attacked India. That was a wrong perception China is trying to give to the world. But why China is doing all these things? The first thing, Hong Kong issue. You all know that in Hong Kong, the protests for democracy are going on. The second thing, after COVID crisis, during this crisis, many companies are looking towards India and wanted to lift away their investments from China. Third thing, recently Government of India introduced new rules that the investments which are coming from China should come through government route rather than direct route, automatic route. Apart from that, India's close relationship with USA and recent South China issues, all these things might be in the mind of China, and China is trying to assert its role again and again in the LAC area. And let us hope that peace will prevail between India and China. And let us salute the martyrs, particularly the martyr from Telangana, Mr. Santosh Babu, for his sacrifice and selfless service for the cause of the nation.